Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy, or are you gonna bite?
Sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
To infinity and beyond!
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm gonna make him an offer again with you.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Houston, we have a problem.
Don't mess with Julia. You'll get the horns.
Why so serious?
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Come play with us, Daddy.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Are you not entertained?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I'm the dude.
Hail to the king, baby.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Go ahead. Make my day.
All right, everybody, hello and welcome to the Filmageddon film quiz, the hashtag weekly rewind film quiz, which we're going to be doing here on the Filmageddon Twitch channel every week for the foreseeable future because of the current situation we all find ourselves in. Now, when we first started the Filmageddon live stream last week, we didn't really expect to be doing this every week. But the response was insane. So many people took part, like a community of film fans came together, had a nice time at a quiz, and just got to forget about things for a second. So we sort of made the decision that, hey, we could try to push these out a bit more often as opposed to just once a month. But it is quite hard because, you know, making the questions and everything like that, editing the videos, it takes a while to come up with. But a thing that popped into our heads was that, hey, we've been doing this film quiz live at the Prince Charles Cinema in London for nearly 6 years, which is crazy to think that so much time has gone by and this quiz has just kept evolving throughout that. And like a madman, I kept hold of everything I ever did for these quizzes. So I have all the questions, all the answers, the videos, all that stuff. And thought a good way to get the most out of that and to keep people entertained at least once a week was to remix all of those video rounds and stuff like that and create some new quizzes out of stuff that people that have come to some of the live shows might have seen before, but really it'll still probably be new to most of you. And also, if you did see these before, I doubt you're going to remember the answers because there's not a lot of people really taking notes during film quizzes. What I want to do tonight is we're going to fill a bit of time, like another minute or two before we properly get started, just in case some stragglers come along, because we don't really want to go back on any of the questions or rounds tonight. So we've, to give you guys a heads up, we've improved some things this week based off the feedback that a lot of you guys let us know about. There's going to be a 3-minute break at the end of every round, which is for you and your team to talk to each other. So basically last week, with Zoom and House Party and all that, it's quite hard to communicate with your team because you're generally talking over each other. Plus, there's the quiz going on itself. So basically, at the end of every video round, the next slide is going to be a 3-minute countdown timer. That's your 3 minutes to talk with your team, figure out what the answers are, and put them in. So we've got that at the end of every round. And then we're going to have a 10-minute intermission. And then we'll go through the answers just like last week, and then we will call it a day there, and we'll come back either tomorrow or Friday to see who won. And by the looks of it, we've got quite a few of you here, almost like 200 of you already. That's great. So we're going to have a fair few teams taking part tonight. Another thing to keep in mind, which we didn't announce last week, that first prize did get a prize from our friends at the Prince Charles Cinema. First prize at last week's quiz got a good thing, and first prize tonight is going to get some year-long memberships to the Prince Charles Cinema once they open up again, once all this nastiness is behind us. So there is something to play for, but it's all about having fun tonight, guys, so don't worry about that. Let's enjoy ourselves, and I guess let's start the quiz, right? Let's do that. I think that sounds good. So let's take a look at what round one is going to be. Round one is going to be an obscured round, one of everybody's favorites. They love this round because it's so difficult. And this round is all about romantic films, romantic comedies, and it comes all the way back from 2017. So what you're going to notice is we've yeared all these rounds. So again, we're dipping back into time, the greatest hits from Filmageddon, as it were. So you guys are going to see these once. Again, we're not gonna go back on any of these tonight because there was a bit of that last week, but we're finding our footing. So I hope everybody's here that's going to take part. We're going to do this thing one time for these, and then you get your 3 minutes to talk with your team. So here you go.
I realized that when I met you at the turkey curry buffet that I was unforgivably rude and wearing a reindeer jumper that my mother had given me the day before. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say, very inarticulately, is that, in fact, perhaps despite appearances, I like you.
Stop following, just go back to your room, Peter.
They're gone.
Why are you looking for them?
I don't know.
You're acting like an idiot. Run. Get out of there. Go to your room.
What do you think they're doing?
Peter, go.
Oh, God. Okay, there they are. There they are. I see them.
Go back to your room, Peter. Peter, go back to your room. Go back to your room, Peter.
I'm going in.
Go back to your room, Peter. Are you listening to me? Peter, go back to your room.
Hey, nice room. I am in the Kapua suite.
What are you doing?
So that was fun the other night.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
I find you very attractive. Do you find me attractive?
She does. I don't.
You do. She does.
Yes, she does. I don't.
Permission to approach the bench?
Seriously?
Just come on, let me deliver my closing argument.
Sure, proceed.
Anna, we live in a physical world, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're going to age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you this, you're never gonna regret going home with that guy from the bar that one time that was a total tomcat in the sack.
It's that charm thing. It turns out it's real.
No, that's not true because you told me yourself.
But now I believe. I started calling all your exes. They're married. Not just some, all. A to Z on your Palm Pilot, man. Susan the Gretzi, the Jeannie Zider, every single one you closed the deal with. And did you see this month's high school newsletter? Sarah McDowell.
What, the girl I lost my virginity to?
Did you see who she wound up marrying? Tony Lamberto, that douchebag she dumped you for.
Honey, happy birthday to you. Hi, Bella.
Hi.
It's a hat. I don't have to wear it or anything. I will.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
What? Wine, honey. You haven't slept with her, have you?
That is a cheap question, and the answer is, of course, no comment.
No comment means yes.
No, it doesn't.
Do you ever masturbate?
Definitely no comment.
See, it means yes.
Let's see you do it.
Sure.
18 hours to kill before we hit New York.
The story of my life isn't even going to get us out of Chicago. I mean, nothing's happened to me yet. That's why I'm going to New York.
So something had happened to you?
Yes.
Like what?
Like I'm going to journalism school to become a reporter.
So you can write about things that happen to other people.
That's one way to look at it.
Suppose nothing happens to you. Suppose you live there your whole life and nothing happens, you never meet anybody, you never become anything, and finally you die, one of those New York deaths that nobody notices for 2 weeks until the smell drifts into the hallway.
We kiss, I know you need me too. I can't believe I found a love that's so pure and true. But it all was bullshit. It was a goddamn joke. And when I think of you, Linda, I hope you fucking choke.
All right, everybody, how was that? I hope that little 3 minutes in between is going to be helpful for people. I think that's a good amount of time to discuss. I know I saw some stuff in the chat. One of them was a bit low with the volume. Sorry about that. These are old files, so I did try to give it a little boost here on my end. Also, I was so quick to getting to that. I don't know. I was just so excited to start the quiz. I did forget to mention, obviously, you're naming the films, but I think that was pretty obvious. But anyway, we should move on to round two. And again, we're going to try to not go back on any of the rounds today. So you get them the one time, or in the case of round two, which is the soundtrack round, you will hear them a second time. And today it's a special one. Today it's one of my favorite ones, all the way back from 2014, the first year we did these film quizzes. The soundtrack round was movies based on TV shows. So we are going to play for you the TV theme songs, and you have to name the movie. Or I suppose you could be naming the TV show, assuming that it had the same name as the movie that it's a remake of. Confused? Nah. Right, so you're going to hear these one time long versions, so 30-second clips, and then you're going to hear straight away a second time 15-second clips, and then you're still going to have your 3 minutes to answer the questions. So I think that'll be enough. We'll give it a try. So standing by, here we go, the soundtrack round, everybody. Enjoy.
Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straight in the curve, yeah, flat in the hills. Someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how.
That one ended pretty suddenly. Right, we're going to play those again. It's worth mentioning as well that obviously this round was made back in 2014. Some of these films have had sequels, so if you put the sequel or the original, then that's fine. We will know what you're talking about because you still know that it was a TV show. So anyway, let's move on. We'll give those another playthrough.
Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curve, yeah, flattening the hills.
Okay, we are back. That is the movie soundtracks round. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it brought back some memories of those TV shows or the movies they're based out of. Because for the most part, some of those movies were all right. Some of them were very trash, definitely. But anyway, let us move on. We're going pretty good tonight. So let's see what round three is. Round three changes things up a bit because it is a picture round, guys, and this is from 2016. This is our Fictional Sports Stars picture round. So what we're going to do, if this was one of the live quizzes, what we would have done is handed your team a sheet of paper. You would have had pretty much all quizzes sit down there and look at it and try to think of it. For this, you guys are only going to have 3 minutes. So the next slide is going to be those pictures. You're going to have 3 minutes to get your answers down before we move on. What you're going to want to do is you're not going to name the actor or the film. You want to name that fictional sports star. So if fictionally he was named Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was played by Tom Cruise in the film The Patriots Story, you'd want to say it was Tom Brady, the character that Tom Cruise played. You don't have to say the actor or the movie. You want to get the character. All right, guys, so let's move on. Hope you guys got that, and we'll see how you do. Okay, guys, I hope that wasn't too tough. I hope 3 minutes was about the perfect amount of time for you guys. We didn't want to give you all night to go over that. Remember, you have to put the character's name. If they've got a nickname, we will take just the nickname. So, yeah, either the nickname or, hey, even if you know their last name, well, we might be pretty lenient on here because that is a tough round, especially because you don't have all day to look at it. But yeah, so now seems like a good time. We are halfway through the quiz, guys. Halfway through the quiz, it's been half an hour. It's going about the speed we predicted here. So I'm pretty excited about that. No technical issues yet, I'd like to say. That is probably coming. It's probably a good time to remind everybody about all those social media things below us: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and of course our Ko-fi site, kofi.com/Filmageddon. And and obviously use the hashtag, which is, I gotta remember, it's that way. Weekly Rewind Quiz or Weekly Rewind Film Quiz. Just like last week, take pictures of you guys taking part of your Zoom, your house parties, whatever. Send them to us, add us, tag us, all that good stuff. Right, let us see what is next in this quiz. Round 4 is another video round, and this one was a fun one from 2015, the Sci-Fi Remakes round. So what we're going to do with this one is show you 10 clips of films. These are the original films that they then later got remade in some form or another. And what we want you to do is to name either the original film themselves or the remake, because a lot of the time they share the same title. But hey, if you know the name of one of these films from like the 30s or 40s and you don't know that it was a remake, we might go pretty lenient on you. But for the most part, aim toward naming the remake of the film. If you're a bit confused on what it was originally, just name what you think it was a remake of. And hopefully you guys will get this. You guys have, again, one time with this and then a 3-minute countdown to get your answers with your team. So let's go.
When?
At my place, about 7 o'clock.
Why did you wait so long to report it? You know better than that, Doc.
Yeah, well, it was a curious sort of a body, and then it wasn't there anymore.
I have a good mind to throw you both in jail.
Well, if you'd seen it, you'd understand why we waited.
Thin man, 5'10", fingerprints burned off with acid. I've just seen it on the slab in the morgue.
Que la seule liaison possible avec les moyens de survie passait par le temps. Un trou dans le temps. Et peut-être y ferait-on passer des vivres, des médicaments, des sources d'énergie. Tel était le but des expériences, projeter dans le temps des émissaires, appeler le passé et l'avenir au secours du présent. Mais l'esprit humain a chopé. Se réveiller dans un autre temps, c'était...
Every eye, every weapon is trained on the ship. It's been that way for 2 hours. And the tension is just beginning. Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think something is happening.
Don't be silly. That'll cost you a drink, Scotty. Buy him a beer. Ready, Bob? No, but go ahead and open it.
Get somebody to prop this door, quick! Something sure enough to get under this boat.
Sense staying out here.
Let's go.
Hey! It's moving!
Just wide enough to keep the flesh apart so their body seal can't function. And how many more of these will I have to make before they're all destroyed? They want my blood. It's their lives or mine. And I still get squeamish.
No change. Everything exactly as it had been before. But no, the clock said 6:31 when I started, and now it was 8:09. And the candle, shorter by inches. And yet by my watch, which was in the machine with me, only a few seconds had passed.
All right, that's 4 rounds done, and 2 more rounds to go. We've had a mix of easy and hard. This quiz does tend to be a bit on the tricky side, especially for the film fans out there. but also we tend to dip into a bit of everything. And what's good about these rewind quizzes is that normally our quizzes at the Prince Charles are quite themed to one topic, so just a sci-fi quiz, just a horror quiz. And with this, we've been able to pick and choose from all the old quizzes and make a nice, well-rounded quiz. So hopefully everybody's enjoying it so far. The chat's going really well. Again, like 200 of you here taking the quiz. That's great. That's amazing. Hope everybody is having a good time. But hey, we should move on. And where are we going to move on to? That is going to be round 5. And it's going to be a fun one, guys. Famous film quotes, 1970s edition. So we're going to show you some clips from films from the 1970s where a famous film quote is, we've taken that away, we've cut the sound out for that bit, and you have to the best of your knowledge, best of your team's ability, remember what that film quote was and write it down. Now, we tend to be a bit lenient here. If you're 90% of the way there, if there's a misspelling or something like that, it's fine. We'll give you the points. We'll know what you're trying to do, but you do have to be pretty close as well because we are jerks a lot of the time. So we'll give you guys a chance here. Remember, 1 time and then 3 minutes.
I forgot my key.
Jenny, I'm sorry.
Don't.
Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
Herein contained, etc., etc. Fax mentis incendium gloria culpum, etc., etc. Memo bis punitor delicatum. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing.
I don't know what we're yelling about!
You're a crook. You're a cheat and a swindler.
Oh, I'm sorry, champ. I think I ate your chocolate squirrel.
Do something, Doctor. Please help her.
Mother! We'll make it stop! He's trying to kill me! Mother! Make it...
All right, let's see what to do.
Ian, would you like to go to a party in my pants?
Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me!
You have man boobs.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, that's all right.
You want to play it cheap? Be on welfare the whole winter. I don't want no volunteers. I don't want no mates. There's too many captains on this island. $10,000 for me by myself.
San Diego, which of course in German means a whale's vagina.
Thank you very much, Mr. Quint. We'll take it under advisement.
All the animals come out at night. Whores, skunk pussies, buggers, queens, fairies, dopers, junkies. Sick, venal.
Who's there? I'm talking. Hello?
Who is this? Baxter?
007, Triple X.
Bond, what do you think you're doing?
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
Nobody does it better.
Well, they're not posted yet, sir.
I've seen them. Mr. Kroger, 2 C's, 2 D's, and an F. That's a 1.2 grade average. Congratulations, Kroger. You're at the top of the Delta Pledge class. Mr. Dorfman.
Hello.
0.2.
Where did you get those clothes? At the toilet store?
He's out there operating without any decent restraint, totally beyond the pale of any acceptable human conduct. And he is still in the field commanding troops.
It's the pleats. Taking them back to the pants store.
You understand, Captain, that this mission does not exist, nor will it ever exist.
I mean, you could basically use Anchorman quotes on anything, and it will be good. I think we've just proved that. So you guys have 3 minutes to get those answers in. All right, everybody, 5 rounds down, 1 round to go here tonight in the Filmageddon quiz. And of course, after the rounds are done, we'll have a little break, and then we'll come back and go over all the answers for those of you that want to see if you were right or wrong. But let's get that final round, and a bit of a fun one here. Hopefully it'll be good for everybody out there. Not too hard to finish it up. This is round 6, Yearly Beloved, and it is 1990s animated films all the way back from 2017. Now, you'll see on your answer sheets, instead of the numbers 1 through 10, it is the years 1990 up through 1991. So we're just going to show you clips from these films, and I think, for the most part, you're going to know these. You're going to know instantly what the title is, but what you need to remember is where that film came out, what year the film came out, and you simply want to put it in for that answer. I think it's fairly straightforward enough. Again, you'll get this, you'll get your 3 minutes, and then we'll have a little break. Maybe you won't get the 3 minutes. I forget if I put 3 minutes after this. We'll all be surprised to find out. So anyway, you'll get this, and then we'll have a break. So standing by. Here we go.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't expect to see you here, of all places, at our door. At last.
At last?
Didn't I tell you, Aaron? Didn't I tell you? I knew he would return to us when he was ready.
Miriam, do you want us flogged?
I knew you cared about our freedom.
Miriam. Freedom? Why would I care about that?
Because you're our brother.
Did I teach him that? I could kiss that crazy pooch.
Okay, Nikki, Caltech, Star, move it. We're strapping up.
Hey now, just a second here, Steele. I was the fastest dog.
You were the fastest. What?
Up here, you scurry scum! Now!
Shake and move! Get in my way, and I'll get you forever! Because I'll turn you into stone! I'm the queen of the mean! I'm the meanest queen you've ever seen! You should have no doubt about my clout! I'm the queen of the mean! Absolutely the queen! The queen! I'm the queen of mean! I'm the meanest...
Well, Sparky, you've had this coming for a long time. And now you're gonna get it. Ha! Wise fly.
Mugwump Tower, this is Albatross 1-3.
Boy, look at this. Look like a broken down spring. I'll slap you with the 2 fingers I got left. I'm gonna tell you. Another thing. Oh! What the?
And this is Little Pee-wee.
Pee-wee, the OG.
OG? I'll slap my F-O-O-T in your B-U-T.
Oh my goodness, those are double knit pants, aren't they? Trying to bring it back, huh?
What is this?
Flower core.
Boy, what I wouldn't give for 5 minutes alone with them 2 little bastards. Oh!
day I go. No following.
I love you.
Okay, everybody, there you go. 6 rounds, 5 video, 1 picture round. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give you 10 minutes intermission, get the answers from that last round sorted out, and take a look back with your team, go over any questions you had from any of the earlier rounds. And yeah, we'll come back in 10 minutes, submit your answer sheets before that 10 minutes is up, and then we'll go over the answers. And hey, if you're going to take off now that you've checked out the questions, make sure you tune in to hear on Friday. It might be tomorrow. It might be Thursday or Friday. We'll let you know on Twitter, which again, down there at Filmageddon Quiz. And we will let everybody know who won the quiz, how everybody came, the standings, all that good stuff. Yeah, so let's kick off this intermission. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Get those answer sheets in. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the weekly rewind film quiz. Hope you got your answer sheets in. Just had a look-see, and yeah, over 50 teams taking part tonight. Again, like 200 people, 50 teams, and it's good to see most of you guys still sticking around to go over the answers here tonight, because what's the point of just doing a quiz if you're not going to know if you're right or wrong? So, hey, with that in mind, let's go over the answers to this quiz, and we're going to start again with round one, the obscured round. So we'll take a look at these, we'll spin through all these, and then we'll wrap it up tonight. So here we go, guys. Let's see.
What I'm trying to say, very inarticulately, is that, in fact, perhaps despite appearances, I like you.
Your room. Go back to your room, Peter.
I'm going in.
Go back to your room, Peter. Are you listening to me? Peter, go back to your room.
Hey, nice room. I am in the Kapua suite.
At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Argument.
Sure, proceed.
Anna, we live in a physical world, right?
Huh?
And you're going to age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you this, you're never gonna regret going home with that guy from the bar that one time that was a total tomcat in the sack.
The Genie Zider, every single one you closed the deal with.
And did you see this month's high school newsletter?
Sarah McDowell.
What, the girl I lost my virginity to?
Did you see who she wound up marrying? Tony Lamberto, that douchebag she dumped you for!
Hi.
What? Wine, honey.
Hmm.
You haven't slept with her, have you?
That is a cheap question, and the answer is, of course, no comment.
No comment means yes.
No, it doesn't.
Do you ever masturbate?
Definitely no comment.
See, it means yes.
That's one way to look at it.
Suppose nothing happens to you. Suppose you live there your whole life and nothing happens, you never meet anybody, you never become anything, and finally you die, one of those New York deaths that nobody notices for 2 weeks until the smell drifts into the hallway.
We kiss, I know you need me too. I can't believe I found a love that's so pure and true. But it all was bullshit. It was a goddamn joke. And when I think of you, Linda, I hope you fucking choke.
Wow, what a tune, eh? So there you go. Bridget Jones's Diary, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 500 Days of Summer, 10 Things I Hate About You, Crazy Stupid Love, Good Luck Chuck, Notting Hill, Roman Holiday, When Harry Met Sally, and The Wedding Singer. So how'd everyone do on that one? I think some of those, you know, even if you just watch films, you probably know some of those. And weirdly, Notting Hill and one of the other ones. Oh, and When Harry Met Sally, that came up in last week's quiz as well. So maybe we just love those films because they're all about love. But let's go on to the soundtrack round, the TV theme tunes. Let's see what these were all based on, shall we? We'll watch along together. So, number one, of course, had to be the Wild Wild West. Jim West is a desperado. No, you don't want nada. None of that. Anyway, let's go on to number two. A bit like Shaft at the beginning, but it isn't. Of course, it was the film SWAT, based on the TV series SWAT, which is now a TV series again, although I'm not quite sure. It might have been cancelled already. Number 3, one of the ones I was referring to having a sequel since we made this round, so you could have put Sex and the City or Sex and the City 2 Electric Boogaloo. And who knows, maybe if we're lucky, we'll get Sex and the City 3. I don't know. 4 is a classic. 4 is an easy one. I expected everyone to get 4. The A-Team. No Mr. T in sight, but I just love listening to this. Someone in chat mentioned, of course, the clubbing scene from Spaced. Classic. And I actually liked this film adaptation. I enjoyed the Dukes of Hazzard movie. Something about Johnny Knoxville and Sean William Scott. Burt Reynolds as well. I'd give it a chance. I think number 6 had to be one of the hardest ones on this, of course. And that is the film I Spy, which is terrible. It's very terrible. It's horrible. Don't watch it. Femke Jensen's in it, though, and that's fine. That's reason enough. Of course, number 7. The new Power Rangers movie wasn't even out when we made this quiz, but you could have just wrote the Power Rangers movie or Power Rangers. Either one would have gotten you the point here. What a tune! I shouldn't have cut it off right then. It would have been better to listen to. And, of course, Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman got together to remake this TV show, My Two Darrens, otherwise known as Bewitched. And number 9, of course, comes from Mike Judge, great creative person there. And one of his best creations was one of his first creations, Beavis and Butthead, in one of the best animated films you could watch, Beavis and Butthead Do America. Perfect. Nearly perfect film. And another film that had a sequel since we came out with this quiz, or this round, 21 Jump Street. But you also could have done 22 Jump Street, so if you put either of those, you're good, guys. You're good. All right, let's go on then, shall we? Round 3 is the picture round, the fictional sports people. The fictional sports folk, as we'll call them. So let's see how you guys all did here. Number 1, of course, is White Goodman from Dodgeball. Ben Stiller there. You got number 2, Robert Hatch from Victory, Escape to Victory. He was the goalkeeper there against the Nazis. Number 3, of course, it's got to be the man, the myth, the legend, Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. Number 4, you've got Jackie Moon from, that basketball movie, the one that Will Ferrell made. It was in that, downward trend of Will Ferrell movies, post Anchorman, post even Talladega Nights, and that's saying something. Number 5, of course, Randy the Ram Robinson. If you just put the Ram, we'll give you points for that. That comes from The Wrestler. 6, one of my favorites, Big Ernie McCracken from Kingpin, a classic Farley Brothers movie. 7, Ricky Vaughn, The Wild Thing. He makes my heart sing. Or does it sting? I don't know. I got to get that checked out. 8, of course, Shooter McGavin. Shooter. He can make things by the bay, out of clay. He just may. What do you say? Another Rocky one in at number 9, Clubber Lang. And, of course, number 10 is The Dude, a.k.a. Jeffrey Lebowski. Or Jeff Lebowski. So, 1 point for each of those, right? Hopefully that wasn't too hard. But let's move on, shall we? To round 4, the sci-fi remakes. Now, remember, you wanted to name the film that was remade out of these original films. Again, if you put the original film, we might take it a bit easy on you. But let's take a look at it together and see what they were.
At my place, about 7 o'clock.
Why did you wait so long to report it? You know better than that, Doc.
La seule liaison possible avec les moyens de survie passait par le temps. Un trou dans le temps.
Look, listen, Neil, Brett. Commercials. Not productive anymore, at least to make things anymore. It's all
Every eye, every weapon is trained on the ship. It's been that way for 2 hours, and the tension is just beginning.
That was back before we all decided Keanu was cool again. Let's check in with the next one here. How many of you guys recognize The Fly? Yeah.
No, but go ahead and open it.
Sense staying out here. Let's go.
Just wide enough to keep the flesh apart so their body seal can't function.
Everything exactly as it had been before. But no, the clock said 6:31 when I started, and now it was...
We get the big man himself, Gojira, aka Godzilla. I've got so much Godzilla paraphernalia around this room. You can probably see some of it. So there you go, the sci-fi D-Makes round. Again, you had Invasion of the Body Snatchers, La Jetée, or 12 Monkeys, The Blob, The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Fly, Thing from Another World, aka The Thing, War of the Worlds, Last Man on Earth, The Omega Man, I Am Legend, The Time Machine, and Godzilla. All right, let's get this black screen off there for a second. That doesn't seem very good. Let's go and check round 5, the famous film quotes. Let's see how many of these you guys got.
I forgot my key.
Jenny, I'm sorry.
Don't. Love means never having to say you're sorry.
Herein and herein contained, etc., etc. Fax mentis incendium gloria culpum, etc., etc. Memo bis punitor delicatum. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You're a crook. You're a cheat and a swindler.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Do something, Doctor. Please help her. Mother! We'll make it stop! He's trying to kill me! Mother! Make it...
All right, let's see what to do.
Keep away! The sow is mine. Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me! Back!
nurse.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Oh, that's all right.
You want to play it cheap? Be on welfare the whole winter. I don't want no volunteers. I don't want no mates. There's too many captains on this island. $10,000 for me by myself. For that, you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Quint. We'll take it under advisement.
All the animals come out at night. Whores, skunk pussies, buggers, queens, fairies, dopers, junkies. Sick, venal. Someday a real rain will come and wash all this scum off the streets.
X. Bond, what do you think you're doing?
Keeping the British hand up, sir.
Nobody does.
Well, they're not posted yet, sir.
I've seen them. Mr. Kroger, 2 C's, 2 D's, and an F. That's a 1.2 grade average. Congratulations, Kroger. You're at the top of the Delta Pledge class. Mr. Dorfman.
Hello.
0.2. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
He's out there operating without any decent restraint, totally beyond the pale of any acceptable human conduct. And he is still in the field commanding troops. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
You understand, Captain, that this mission does not exist, nor will it ever exist.
Right, some absolute classics there. Again, we're pretty lenient with how we grade them. As long as you're in the ballpark, we'll try to be nice to you. But hey, let's go on. Finally, we'll check the answers to round 6. After that video's done, then we'll come back here. We'll wrap up this show. Yeah, it's been a great quiz. Stick around just for the end, and let's take a look at how you guys did with that animated films round.
Ha!
Wise fly.
Mugwump Tower, this is Albatross 1-3.
Up here, you scummy scum! Now!
OG. OG? I'll slap my F-O-O-T in your B-U-T. Oh my goodness, those are double.
Now, if you've not watched Bebe's Kids, track it down. I remember watching this on Showtime all the time as a kid. Great film. 1993, of course, Batman, The Mask of the Phantasm, which, I mean, a lot of people consider one of the best Batman films, let alone animated films. So, again, if you've never seen it, go and watch it. There's nothing wrong with watching an animated film like that. Now, Troll in Central Park is not one that I'm intimately familiar with, but it does fit in with that sort of those old school massive VHSs that were sort of anti-Disney, a bit darker. And of course, Balto, 1995, starring the voice of E.E. himself, Kevin Bacon.
Steel. I was the fastest dog.
You were the fastest.
E.E.
Oh, of course.
I think...
It gets so much weirder than that, trust me. 1998, of course, was The Prince of Egypt. Who remembers The Prince of Egypt? I remember them making a big deal when it came out, and then never saw anything about it again. It doesn't really live on beyond its release. Like, some of these animated films are timeless, and yeah. I mean, speaking of timeless, 1999, The Iron Giant, guys.
Stay. I go.
Oh, would you look at that, guys? And just like that, this film quiz has come to an end. I'm trying to find the right thing to bring up for you. Finn, yay, it's done. Hey, guys, look, thank you, everybody, for tuning into this. I think we stuck with our goal tonight of making this a bit looser, a bit more chilled out, a bit quicker than our massive one last week. And we're going to do this every week, guys. We're not sure if it'll be the same time. We want to see what works for people. 7 p.m. seems to be a bit too early for some people. But I know 8 and 9 p.m. might be too late for other people. So we'll probably post something on our Twitter asking how you guys want to proceed forward. We will do these every Wednesday. Again, check out all those links down below. Obviously, Twitter is where you get all the information about the quiz. The Instagram will always be posting stuff there. Our YouTube, if you can subscribe to the YouTube, that would be great. We are just youtube.com/Filmageddon. We're posting videos and stuff there quite a lot. We're posting vodcasts. The quiz is going to live there after tonight, so if you ever want to retake it, it'll be there. And our donation page is Ko-fi Filmageddon /Filmageddon. So many people donated last week. Again, not expected it at all. But super greatly appreciated. It's all going to go back into making these streams better and bits like that. So yeah, I guess with all that said and done, we're just going to leave you with a little thank you that one of the teammates here, old Adam, put together for us from last week. So yeah, follow us on all those channels, find us on all those channels. We will get back to you guys probably tomorrow to see who won this quiz. And like I said, over 50 teams tonight, so there was a lot of competition. And yeah, until then, we'll see you next time.
Okay, Mom, you can look now.
You look great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's talking about please and thank you. They're called the magic
Thank you.
words. If you want
Thank you.
nice things to happen, they're the words
Thank you.
that should be heard. Remember please and thank you, 'cause they're the magic words.
Use them in the morning, at noon, and night, 'cause it's a great way to be polite.
Please and thank you, they're the magic words.
Oh, it's so true.
We're talking about please and thank you. They're called the magic words. If you want nice things to happen, they're the words that should be heard. Remember please and thank you, 'cause they're the magic words. Use them in the morning, at noon, at night, 'cause they
ขอบคุณมากนะคะ
please and thank you, they're the magic words.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.